This is an orator here with the freeze of speech. And this time I'd like to talk about why, if you're a man, you need to stand up and be proud. And I'm going to start like this. This is something I've always said, and I'll always keep saying it because it's 100% true. If some catastrophe happens, and say 90% of all the women died, the human species dies. We won't have enough genetic diversity to keep the species going. We're going to go extinct. On the other hand, if 90% of the men died, society would crumble. The species would survive, but there would be no society as we know it. And this is why all men need to be proud to be men. With blood, sweat, tears, and actual loss of life, men have built the society that we live in. It is men who are called on to be the protectors. It is men who are called on to be the builders. It is men who are called on to be the maintainers of whatever society they're part of. Even if you look at the handful of matriarchal cultures that exist, they put the men in the position of power because we get shit done. Now, all you hear out there is how men and boys are bad, and it's just and it's ridiculous. These people who advocate this crap only do it for this one reason: because men, we do so much. We create and we also destroy, but we create way more than we destroy. And the only way for these people to justify hating men, but yet want to keep using the things that men create in society, is to try to bring them down. I look at the examples of, say, public schools in the US. They changed the format of public schools to a format that benefits girls but not boys. The thing is, the original format inherently benefited was best for both genders. Your boys are more rambunctious, they got more energy, so you give them time to blow off that steam so they can do this, they study better. That's how boys are. You remove these things, now you got rambunctious boys running around, and what do people do? Well, let's just drug them up. And what benefit did this hold? The fact that now, when you look at statistics, test scores, that girls score high now, is you haven't accomplished anything. You tore down the boys to elevate the girls. And here's the thing, you didn't elevate them, you just changed the scales. If a boy can jump a foot in the air and a girl can only jump half a foot, so you put shackles on his feet so he can get that, so he can only, so he loses 75% of his height. The girl hasn't changed, her height is still 6 inches off the ground. You just limit him to what he can, you just limit him. And this is why men need to be proud, because even with people whose main purpose in life is to tear men down to elevate girls, because girls, because of the way we are built as a sexually dimorphic species, do not, in some instances, have the motivation to elevate themselves. We tear the boys down, but yet they still rise up to the occasion. And this is why men need to be proud, because even when the deck is stacked against men, they still proceed forward and still accomplish. Now, this isn't to say that girls are bad or women are bad. This is to say that things like the feminist movement is bad. These people who preach victimhood for women, while they try to use that victimhood to beat down men so that they can, so they can air quote elevate women, but you're not really elevating women. They stay in the same position they are. You're just trying to shackle their opponents, and the problem is they still get ahead. Be proud to be a man. Like I said at the beginning, men build society with our blood, sweat, tears, and when the time comes, lives are given. This is why we should be proud. So if you're a guy listening to this and you're being bombarded by men are bad or telling you a bunch of crap that, accusing you of stuff like you, like not teaching you not to rape or a bunch of other crap that you don't do, but they pointed on you because you're a man and you have a Y chromosome and you're listening to this, ignore them and just keep on moving. Because every one of those people who are saying these words have absolutely no problem driving on the roads that men built, eating the food that men pick, wearing the clothes that men transport, using the electricity that men provide, and living on the world that is only maintained by us, men. And this was an orator here with the freest of speech. Thanks for listening.